Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for taking this time and opportunity to join us today for our webinar on sport and our approach to wellbeing here at Oxford International College, Brighton. My name is Jono Melia. I'm the Deputy Principal here at Oxford International College, Brighton. Really proud of having oversight of our wellbeing programme, and I'm joined by Rebecca Ashdown, Bex Ashdown, who is our Director of Sport here. So good morning.
Good morning.
I'm now going to move some slides forward, and we're going to get going with discussing our sports curriculum, just to give you a bit of an overview of the curriculum, to understand what is the sporting offer that we have here at Oxford International College, Brighton, and then I'll be delighted to talk you through our wellbeing approach here at OICB as well. I'll move through the slides, and Bex, I will hand over to you, if that's okay, to make a start on talking about sport, and then I'll jump on after about our wellbeing approach here at OICB.
Lovely, thank you, Jono. Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Bex Ashdown. I'm in charge of PE. I've been here since January, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to talk you through a little bit about the curriculum that we offer for year 9 up to 13. So I think lots of the students, which has been really lovely, really see the benefits of taking part in regular PE. It is compulsory from year 9 up to 13. And we have a really nice, broad and balanced programme that we feel offers something for everybody, obviously with the hope that when students leave the school that they'll take part in some kind of lifelong participation. So I'll just give you a brief overview. So in year 9 to 11, students will follow a really lovely, broad and balanced curriculum. So we'll kind of enlighten them to lots of different activities. And hopefully, usually, some of them really get involved and get excited about these activities, and actually then want to pursue them after school. So I'll move on to talk about clubs in a second, but a lot of them have a taste of an activity in PE, and are then really keen to run with it within the super curriculum and the fixtures that we offer. So during the winter months, year 9 to 11, students will do lots of activities, including basketball, handball. We'll do some tag rugby, which is a lot of a new sport for lots of them. We do football. And then we also do some net games, which we do some volleyball, we do some badminton. And then to enhance this experience, we also let them take part in some archery. And we also do a bit of parkour, which I don't know if you've seen this, but it's a really exciting kind of outdoor gymnastics, which is great fun, just embracing the wonderful environment that the school exists in. So that's really lovely. We also make sure that in the summer term, students get a lovely range of activities, ranging from rounders. We do some baseball, we do cricket, which a lot of them really, really love. And then we also spend some time prepping athletics. And this year, very exciting, we have our inaugural sports day over at Withdean Stadium, which is going to be a fantastic event where the whole school relocate for the day. And students will represent their house with pride. And we've really encouraged them to sign up for some track and field activities to represent their house and build points for the team. So a lot of the summer too will be focusing on experiencing the different events that they can then represent their house in, which is great. So that's kind of 9 to 11. And then for year 12 and 13, obviously slightly older students, they know what they like. So we like to offer a bit more of a broader range of activities. And students can actually opt for things that they enjoy. So we again want a wide range of activities going from yoga. Then we have some CrossFit, so really aiming at the fitness elements. Also, we take students off site to do beach volleyball down at our local Yellow Wave, which is fantastic. And again, they've really got into the volleyball elements. We also have some football. And some students, we might just be like a wellbeing walk that we take them on as well. So I think in terms of the overall experience in PE, they really do enjoy the whole kind of encompassing experience, and a lot of them really get their teeth into something and pursue it. Alongside this, you can see in the middle, we've built some really lovely local links. So if students are interested, they can take part in events and clubs with Brighton and Hove Albion, which is our local professional premiership team. We have some coaches that come in and work with students. We have some great golfers. They can go across to East Brighton Golf Course. Swimming clubs they can join. We have tennis centres. And again, the basketball has been really impressive, and a lot of students have taken part in our basketball club, and some of them have also gone on to join some local clubs as well and represent teams. So yeah, it's been lovely, and I've really enjoyed the attitude students have shown towards their sports. Shall I pass back to you, Jono?
Thanks, Bex. Yeah, that's great. And it's really exciting to have so many great opportunities for our students to take part in sport. It's something that is really important here at OIC Brighton. It gives an opportunity for all of our students who obviously have really high ambitions when it comes to academics to have a place to release some of that hard work that they're doing, to get outside. And we're really fortunate here with our location as well at Oxford International College Brighton. We are located at the foot of the South Downs National Park, and we're just about a sort of a 10-minute walk from Brighton seafront and beach as well. So there's options for all sorts of different activities. We relatively recently had a cross-country run, which often takes place in the winter, and that's just again an amazing opportunity to get out into the great outdoors and use the local area that we have here in Brighton. Obviously, we also have in terms of our facilities that we have here, there's some really great options for our students. So we have a state-of-the-art gym, which is very popular. It's used every evening by our students, as well as very regularly at the weekend. Some of our students even get in there sort of before breakfast, early in the morning as well. And we know the importance of exercise and using those fantastic facilities to support both their sort of physicality, but as well as their well-being too. And obviously, we're very fortunate to have an array of different facilities around the college. So we have a basketball court, we have a tennis court, which doubles up as a tennis court. We have different sporting facilities located around the college. So we've got both indoor and outdoor table tennis facilities, which are very popular. And then we've got a really large sports field as well, which has a football pitch. And there's also lined athletics track on there, as well as baseball pitches and rounders pitches too. So lots of great opportunities. We use all the facilities that we have here at OICB alongside those clubs that we spoke about earlier, as well as local links. So a really brilliant sports provision here. We're very proud and delighted of our sports provision, and we're happy that Bex has taken this on and made it such a popular activity and such a popular event during the students' curriculum and programme as well. Really well attended. Each of our students have timetabled lessons of sport, so they have a great opportunity to do that, and as well as our super curriculum as well, which continues to keep them active. So that's great. Thank you so much, Bex, for talking us through and just giving us a brief overview of sport and our sporting programme. I now wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you all about our wellbeing approach here at Oxford International College Brighton. And we are really proud of our wellbeing approach here, and it's something that we're incredibly passionate about. We would use the Brighton OIC Brighton Wellbeing Principle, and that is that we say that wellbeing runs through the centre of everything that we do at OIC Brighton. So whether we're talking about academic excellence, whether we're talking about personal development or career preparation, each of those different aspects must have well-being running through the centre of them, because we know the importance of well-being. And so we have something called Brighton Rocks here at OIC Brighton, and it is our take on the 5 ways to well-being, which is quite a well-known and well-researched approach to well-being. And so we use 5 letters within this acronym. And we're really encouraging our students and staff here at OIC Brighton to do the following. We want students to be relating with one another. We know the importance, and we've got lots of great research that would suggest that the importance of socializing, connecting, to create opportunities for those social connections. So relationships and relating here at OIC Brighton is incredibly important. And O, we talk about observing. And I've already mentioned, and so has Bex, the fantastic location that we are in here at OIC Brighton. We're right by a national park. Everywhere you look, you can either see green hills, or indeed, if you look down the valley, you can see the sea. And it's just a great opportunity to observe, to stop and take in our surroundings. So we at OIC Brighton actively encourage one another to take notice of our surroundings, to make sure that we're not spending all of our days in either a textbook, an exercise book, or on our laptop or on a screen, but actually we're taking time in the great outdoors to take a break from technology, and we know the importance of that. C stands for care. And so we actively encourage one another here at OIC Brighton to serve and give back to both the local community as well as our community here in OIC Brighton. There are loads of opportunities for students to get involved in volunteering, or indeed work experience that may be sort of charitable. We raise money for charity, so we've got lots of different events where we raise money for charity, and we're really invested and want to be involved in our local community as well. So we have lots of different activities that we take part in, such as beach cleans down at our local beach here in Brighton, as well as litter picking, and just getting involved with different activities such as the Brighton Marathon, to make sure that we're giving back and we're really supporting the local community and our city. And we want to give students lots of opportunities to do that as part of our super curriculum as well. So that's C, and then we have K, which is keep learning. Really at the heart of everything we do here with regard at OIC Brighton to regard to academic excellence and career preparation, we know the importance of keeping learning and the importance of learning new skills, new information. And so therefore we actively encourage one another to learn new skills and new information every day, whether it's through our academic curriculum or our super curricular program, or indeed if it's through sort of professional development as well of students, and using multiple online open courses, MOOCs as they're known as, just making sure that there's always an opportunity every day to keep learning. And again, we know that it is statistically proven that if you are actively learning something new every day, then that has a positive impact on your well-being. And finally, really importantly, and very much linked to what Bex has spoken about already, the importance of staying active. So sport is a massive part of our curriculum here. We know the importance of it, and we actively encourage one another to create opportunities to stay active, to exercise. So whether that's taking a walk in the Wellbeing woodland walk that we have here on campus, or whether it's getting involved in one of those great sporting activities as part of our sports curriculum that Bex spoke about, or indeed, getting involved in local clubs or our super curriculum activities, or indeed weekend sporting and outside activities as well. We really value the importance of staying active. That was shown relatively recently, where we had the whole school going on a Wellbeing walk. We sort of covered around 7 kilometres as a college. We went down into some really beautiful local parts of East Sussex that we have here. And it was a really fantastic day just to be able to socialise as a community, but also give that opportunity to stay active. And we know how important that is for well-being as well. So that is our 5 letters, ROCKS it stands for, our 5 letters for well-being here at OIC Brighton. And our well-being approach is essentially underlined by 5 key components. And those are there on the screen that you can see. And I talked a little bit about our ROCKS acronym. And it's really important that you as parents, and we talk to our students and our staff here about the fact that everything we do from a wellbeing perspective is really based in research. And so we've been really fortunate over the past few years to have opportunities as we've opened the college here to work with the Anna Freud Centre, with both Oxford and Cambridge University, with experts there, world-leading experts in wellbeing, to sort of form our wellbeing programme, as well as working alongside the New Economics Foundation, who first came up with the 5 ways to wellbeing, which is very well used both nationally and internationally. So therefore, we use these different links that we have to draw on their research and expertise in both wellbeing and supporting student mental health to inform our wellbeing programme. So there's a lady called Dr. Laura Taylor, who works at the University of Oxford as in charge of their Wellbeing Research Centre. We've had some really interesting interactions with her to underpin and help inform our programme, as well as we have a tool here that we use at OIC Brighton, which is the Cambridge Wellbeing Check, which is essentially a kind of questionnaire or survey that students can take, and it gives us some really good feedback and some really helpful graphs and tracking of how students are doing with their well-being. So we make sure that everything we do is based in research, and it comes out of that place. Our wellbeing approach, we like to believe it's pioneering. Our cafe here at Oxford International College Brighton is called the Pioneers Cafe, and we want to make sure that we're really at the leading edge of wellbeing and education. We've got a great opportunity as a new school within the UK to really lead on this, and therefore our collaborations with the likes of Oxford and Cambridge University, as well as our tracking of wellbeing and our pastoral care. We use strategy tutors here at OIC Brighton who have one-to-one meetings at least every fortnight with individual students to ensure that there's discussions around both academic progress, but in many ways, more importantly, their well-being as well. And we make sure that there's a really personalised learning experience for each student. So with our strategy tutor programme, with the research that we're doing, as well as the different tracking that we're using here at OIC Brighton, our wellbeing programme is really underpinned by the fact that it is pioneering. Obviously, it's incredibly important that our wellbeing approach is student-centred, and so students' well-being and happiness is at the centre of all the strategies that we have and discussions here. We're delighted to have a student council who meets weekly and are regularly involved in discussions around well-being. They were involved in coming up with the idea of the Wellbeing Walk, which we did as a community within the last sort of month or so. But again, it's those student feedback and focus groups and meetings which are really helping to form what well-being looks like for them, when they are busy here at OIC Brighton with long important busy days in lessons, and then having assessments on a Saturday morning, all of which we know are fantastic in supporting towards academic excellence and amazing academic outcomes. We know that actually the well-being as part of that is really important. So what does a Saturday afternoon look like after they've done their assessments in the morning? How can we put things on a Sunday to support students to both, progress with their academics, but also to take care of their well-being? And indeed, what does Monday to Friday look like? So, what time are we having meal times, and what facilities such as the gym, when can they be open? We really speak to students and make sure that they are a part of all of those decisions. And we really don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach. So we, with all the students we have here, we don't take there's not one approach that we'll take to wellbeing with every single student. It's about getting to know the individual, to know what makes them happy, what makes them tick. One person's wellbeing might be very different to another person's, and indeed what impacts that is really important that we take care of that as well. It's data driven as well, and I've spoken a little bit about the Cambridge Wellbeing Check, and we also have our own internal systems for tracking pastoral both data as well as just information. We've got lots of pastoral tracking systems that we use to make sure that each student has regular notes that are regularly written up on them. So our strategy tutors have their fortnightly meeting that are recorded electronically that we all have access to, and then we've got regular pastoral notes, whether it's medical, pastoral, or anything, any other concerns from an academic perspective, each student has their own file that we keep really detailed notes on, so that we can make tweaks and changes to any sort of thing that we can do to support them. We've also got data dashboards, many different data dashboards that I won't go into in this webinar, but you can find out more about in some other webinars, either through recordings of previous webinars, or if you keep an eye out for future webinar dates, you'll see just how data informs our approach here at OIC Brighton. But wellbeing data is rich and something that we draw on quite heavily. And then finally, the fact that it is location specific. Again, we're really proud of our location here. We're right by Brighton Beach. You can see on the slides there that the windmill location, that's around a 5-minute walk from our campus. Just beautiful views across both the South Downs and the Channel. And I really love this quote from Jeremy, who's one of our students in year 13. He talks about how he loves the environment. The location's great, being next to the beach and the countryside. It's a quiet place to study and focus on academics, whilst also being just a 10-minute drive away from the centre of Brighton, which is one of the most popular sort of tourist destinations in the UK, and a really great place to be very close to. But we're glad to be in the countryside and have space for students to get out in the fresh air. So that's a little bit about our wellbeing approach here at Brighton, and I've talked to you about ROCKS and our ROCKS acronym, the 5 key components that underpin our wellbeing approach. And I know that Bex has been really delighted to talk to you about our sports, our curriculum, the options that we have here, local links, as well as the different modern facilities that we have both on-site and that we utilise off-site as well. And here's just a couple of things from 2 of our students, some quotes about wellbeing here at OIC Brighton. Anson talks about OICB supporting students very well through the use of our Wellbeing Centre, which has both our medical centre and our college counsellor based in. College counsellor always has doors open whenever students need to talk, so really important that we've got that facility here, and a great professional in our college counsellor who takes care of students and meets with students on a daily basis to ensure that their well-being's where it should be. And then Asa here talks about how the college supports her well-being, regular catch-ups. I talked about those one-to-one strategy tutor meetings, asking how we're doing, and how important that is as well. So we take well-being here at OIC Brighton really seriously, and both through sport and keeping active and our wider approach, we're really proud that outside of having academic excellence and career pathways, and really key links and supporting students with their university applications, that we're able to give them such a great experience as humans from a personal development perspective as well. So I'm gonna draw our time talking about sport and well-being to a close now, but I would be very happy to take any questions that there are, and thank you. I think a few of those questions have come through as well, and so I'll take some of those questions now, and then if you have any other questions, then please feel very free to reach out to both either Bex from a sporting perspective or myself from a wellbeing perspective. So one of the questions that we've had from a participant is, or someone viewing the webinar, are we able to arrange more badminton activities or tournaments during weekends? It's a fantastic question, and I think something that I know that I was part of the boarding webinar that took place before half term, before enrichment week, and we've got a new director of boarding, Mr. Tom Layton, who's here at OIC Brighton, who is looking at a whole array of activities from a sporting perspective of how we can have different activities taking place at the weekend. So yes, absolutely, we've got facilities both on site and off site for badminton, and we know how popular that is, and therefore organising tournaments is really important. And Bex, did you want to just maybe say a little bit about our house system, and how there's different activities that take place and every student's part of a house. That would be great if you could maybe give us a couple of minutes on that.
Also on the badminton, we've also been arranging fixtures against local schools as well. So recently I've taken students up to Rodine and we've had some really competitive badminton games after school, which has been fantastic. We've got some very talented players. So again, I'm very open to keep building on the badminton with the connections that we have. Yeah, from a house perspective, so it's been brilliant. So the students are really enjoying being part of a house and the community spirit that it builds. So the plan is obviously throughout the year, every half term, we will offer a house competition. And this could be basketball, could be athletics, cross country. We had an amazing football interform that was very competitive. And it's very much open to everybody. So the idea is it's to come together as a community. Everyone can get involved and really enjoy that time together and gain points for the house. So it's been great. We did the assemblies last week for Sports Day. Obviously, it's our first ever Sports Day, and you could kind of feel the buzz in the room around students thinking, yes, I really do want to get involved in some capacity on the track or the field. We've got some students who want to get involved in the opening ceremony. So we're going to have some artwork on display with some banners and kind of bring a bit of an Olympic vibe to this. So yeah, the whole thing with the house stuff is to really make students feel part of the community, which has been brilliant, and really embed those key values that Jono's talked about. And we're just going to keep doing those throughout the year, and I'll kind of run assemblies to really promote those opportunities, and just to say to students, step out your comfort zone, and obviously try things that perhaps you haven't tried before. And then if you really love it, we've got all these great links in the local city, and we can get students involved.
Thanks, Bex. That's great. And so do speak to your children about which house they're in. We've got 4 houses: Anderson, Corrie, Jex Blake and Thant. And there's a leaderboard of which house is doing best in terms of different activities and gaining merits here at the college. It's really competitive, and students are it's sort of a vertical from an age group perspective. So we've got students from year 9 all the way into year 13 in the same houses, and sort of the big event of the year is yet to come, which is Sports Day, which is in a few weeks' time, and we'll make sure that there's lots of information that's shared about that, as well as some photos and some footage from that event. And you guys are given a really good breakdown and highlights of how that day went, and of course which house came out on top and was victorious.
It's very close currently.
Very close. Everything is still to play for in our house competition. So really grateful for your time this morning. Indeed, if you're live here with us or if you're watching on the recording. My name's Jono, Amelia, Deputy Principal. Please reach out to me if you've got any questions about our wellbeing approach. You can catch me at jono.melia@oicbrighton.com. And indeed, please reach out to Bex, our head of sport here, and she would be very happy to answer any questions that you have as well, or any individual suggestions you have around sport for your children. So again, thanks for joining us. We're going to end the event there. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Take care.
Thanks very much.
Bye.